I discovered that borax caused skin rashes. It attacks the urinary tract system, which my kidneys felt like they were on fire, and then I found out that it causes the brain to swell. My body was hurting so bad, and my body started breaking out with all these welts. It was almost like giant acne. It burned. The acne burned. My eyes felt like they were gonna push right out of my head. One time, I had woken up in the morning and I couldn't breathe. There were blisters all over my throat and my tongue, and the CPAP machine burned the varnish off the coffee table. I believe there was borax in my CPAP machine. The doctors tested me for everything and there were no diseases and no infections in my body. There is no other explanation. Kelly poisoned me.
Okay, Jeremy, I'm glad you're here because if this is going on, this is attempted murder.
Yes.
And why do you think she would want to murder you?
Right after I got a job working for the town, they gave me an insurance policy, a life insurance policy. I gave it to her to fill out, and within a couple weeks later, I started having all the symptoms.
So you get an insurance policy for a substantial amount of money?
Yes.
And she's the beneficiary?
Yes.
And right after that, you believe she started poisoning you. Well, what tipped you off to this to begin with? How did you find out about this?
I was really sick for weeks. I couldn't move. My legs were gone. I was laying on the couch, and my mother called me and said, "Listen, stop drinking and eating everything in the house. Go to the store, buy stuff, lock it in the barn, and see how you feel." With 2-3 days later, my skin started clearing up. I could start walking again. All the urinary problems went away.
Did you confront her with this?
I didn't know what was going on in the beginning. I kept going to the doctors. They kept doing blood work and urine tests. And
I assume they found the poison.
No, they wouldn't test for the poison. She'd go into the doctors and go, "Oh, my poor husband thinks I'm trying to poison him. He's crazy, he's crazy." And the doctors would just dismiss it.
And you said it caused your urine to turn really dark.
My urine was really dark.
And have soap suds like residue.
Yeah, I couldn't hold it in, so if I was outside working in the yard, whatever, I'd go wherever I was at, and literally there was a pile of suds on the ground that would last for like a half an hour.
So you're like pee and soap.
Pee and soap.
Well, she can say you're crazy, but if you hand a doctor a urine sample and it's full of soap,
they wouldn't test it.
Well, you don't have to test it if you're pee and soap.
Yes.
That's a giveaway.
Right. They told me I was crazy. Go home.
You're pee and soap, and they tell you to go home. You're crazy.
Yes.
And you say that the borax has caused your brain to swell.
Yeah, my brain was swelling out of control where I actually had to go in and have brain surgery. She didn't shed a tear as they were wheeling me into the brain surgery. She was just like, "Good luck."
Did you ever find any evidence of borax around?
I found it under the passenger seat of her car, typed it in on my phone, started researching it, and it was all the symptoms that was going on in my body, which related to the poisoning of borax.
So you confronted her about it, and she said, "Good luck proving it."
Yeah, she goes, "I never bought borax. Good luck trying to prove I did anything to you. I bought it to make bouncy balls with the children."
And you say that when you stopped eating food that she gave you, drinking any liquids that she gave you, you cleared up.
Instantly, a couple days later, I'd be fine.
You don't eat or drink anything from her?
Well, no, 2 weeks ago, she moved out again. I had blisters all over me. My head was hurting really bad. And I said
you started eating food from her again?
She was bringing home the food. She was bringing home sandwiches or whatever for dinner.
Well...
Yeah, well, I learned my lesson.
I mean, if you thought she's actually poisoning you, and so she brings home McDonald's, and you say, "Sure, yeah."
You know, she's always like, "I want to do it. I want to keep the family together." You know, I'm trying to do it for the children. I'm thinking maybe she'll grow up. Maybe she'll move on so we can raise our children.
You want her to go to prison for what she's done?
If it's true, yes. I mean, I can't figure out any other reason what went wrong with me. I mean, I've been thinking about this nonstop for a year.